Uh-huh. Here I go. I guess I am the host again.
Yep.
I'm glad you gave it up, Ed.
No, you're welcome. I wouldn't know what to say anyway.
Oh, here's Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen. You're muted.
All I said was good morning. I'm sorry to be so late.
That's all right. Everybody's late today, it looks like.
Oh, I wonder why. I had a brain freeze and I had trouble signing on to my computer in general.
Yeah, we did too. When we went to log in, there was windows that come up about AI and all kinds of stuff.
I had just I couldn't function right. Never mind. You can't
Oh,
you can't you can't look at my hard drive and see what's wrong.
I saw your husband the other day
Oh, he didn't say where.
at Walgreens.
Oh, he did. I don't think he told me.
Ah,
Was he buying Valentine's presents for me? I don't think so. If he did, he kept them for himself
okay.
or gave them to another wife. I don't know.
Well, I think he mentioned something about you might need some type of an operation.
Oh, it was called a procedure, but
Ah,
I can't talk about it.
okay. We just lost Carol's picture, but oh well.
That's because I'm eating my breakfast.
Oh, well, since we are recording, I will say happy Valentine's Day to everyone.
Thank you.
And I got a wonderful, well, I'll wait till Ed gets back. I got a wonderful Valentine's Day present from my wife today. A couple of years ago, we bought a Subaru Forester, and she surprised me with a new Subaru Forester today.
Wow.
Here it is. She says she'll drive the other one and I can drive this one.
Yeah, you need another one for your other foot.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to take over the screen and start. Well, I don't know why all of a sudden. Here we go. Well, this is the class for today, February 2024, all a new year. You can call me Larry or you can say, hey, you. Don't swear. Record. I am recording. And any email that you want to send, please send it to ladli5678@live.com. If you request a copy of this in a PDF form, I will send it to you. Just send me an email. And any specific questions before we get started? Anybody having computer problems? Anybody doing anything? Okay. A special thank you to Mary Ann. She does a wonderful job. And she was over here the other day and we had a meeting for the budget for the KCS. And that's going to be discussed more and more. Okay. 2024, all online classes and information. Any one of you, if you want this PDF, can go to YouTube for Kitsap Computing Seniors, and I'll just show you real quick. I will go there. And here it is. And you can see videos and everything that I've done and other people have done on YouTube. That's my local screen. Let me lower it here a little bit. And my YouTube Open Forum classes are all here. These December, November, October. Why isn't January there? I put it there. I didn't know it wasn't. I will have to look at that after the meeting. It was there. This is Mary Ann's classes, all her beginning classes. And you can go look at any one from the past that she's had. And here is all of her shared documents. Mary Ann does a wonderful job of sharing documents, and you can go here and under each one of these, there's multiple ones. So if I click on one here, introduction, you'll see she has all of these PDF documents that you can download, read. Wonderful information. She recommended GGF Global, and I'm going to be talking about that later. But if you go here, they have tutorials for all topics. And my main topics today are going to be Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel, unless other people have something specific they want to discuss first. But here is Word, all the different versions, most versions. And here is Excel, different versions and formulas. So they're all available here at this particular site. And here's keyboard shortcuts that you can use and how to use them. There's just a whole slew of a little bit of everything. And then there's my Ask Leo, which I have a second PDF if you want it. I put some later things on it, or you can go to the local ones here. And the bottom one here is the Better Business Bureau that I put on here, where you can go and find information and make complaints or resources or whatever you want. So all those are shortcuts that you can use to do whatever you want to do and get information. I'm already setting up for March 2024, but I haven't got anything under it yet. But here's February. Yesterday was Microsoft Update Day, the second Tuesday of the month. Now, they do put ones out at other times, but yesterday I got a big update to my main one, and I'm going to go here and check my updates. And I shouldn't have any. I think I updated yesterday, and sometimes they do the antivirus update, but we'll see here. Yes, they are updating the Microsoft Defender antivirus right now, and that is my main thing I use for my security choices online of what makes me safe. I will go down here to update history, and yesterday they put out 2024 cumulative update for Windows 11 23H2. That was the big update yesterday that got put on. And there are others. There's driver updates that they send out and stuff like that. I have a Microsoft Surface Pro, and they've updated January 26th. They've updated. Definition updates. Well, that's the virus program that we just saw updating. And here's some others, which is malicious software, Windows experience, so on and so forth. But I am up to date. I like keeping up to date. And it's important because a lot of things are happening out there. So second Tuesday of the month, Microsoft sends out major updates. They do send them out at other times, but the second Tuesday of the month is when they send the majority of them out. Okay, I'm going down here and I'm going to cover a couple things. Then I'm going to start covering Microsoft Word stuff and Excel, unless somebody wants to jump in and talk about other things. Here is 2024 tech trends and adults over 50. This is from AARP. And I know you guys are old, so you qualify for over 50. I'm going to be 29 in May. So percentage of adults 65 plus, they show is using the computer a lot. And I'm not going to go through detail of everything here, but here's 50 to 69, 60 to 69, 70 plus, and how the people are using computers. Uh, you'll notice 69% of 60-year-olds are using computers who have health conditions. Here is many older adults shuddering, suffering with chronic health issues and checking them online. Here is some engage in the various digital service focused on health and well-being, so medical, health, so on. I'm just going down here real fast, but you can always look at it later. Most of the 50 plus have experienced a major life event in the past 2 years. And so divorce, marriage, widow, loss of a loved one. Here is when life events happen. 50 plus are using some digital services to help them, career change, new fitness routine. And I know I had my heart valve replaced and I went to heart therapy there at the Navy, not Navy, but Michael's, St. Michael's. And now my wife and I are going to start going to the Navy to do our exercises coming up here. Remodel homes, so on and so forth. Streaming videos, so on. 7 out of 10 consumers 50 plus stream weekly or more often. The top streaming platforms remain consistent with Netflix, Amazon, so on and so forth. They engage in social media like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I am a Facebook person. I do YouTube. I have a WhatsApp. Nextdoor. I have a Nextdoor. That's where local people in the area give you information about what's happening in your area. And it's very informative of things happening in your area. So here's the majority of older adults rely on technology to stay in touch with family and friends. So 50 to 59, 39%, 60 to 69, 39%, and 70, 42%, because they travel less, so on and so forth. 50 plus continue to raise multiple forms of technology and communications, some daily, to stay connected with friends. So text, email, social media, video chat. 50 plus are comfortable with what you use and know they are likely to wait and see what is new coming to the new tech. And hopefully as new things come, I can get those of you informed. Notice the light blue here is try after it's been around rather than try it as soon as it comes out. And that's sort of being careful. Only 2/3 of those 50 plus express comfort with their digital skills, and comfort diminishes with age. Well, like I said, I'm going to be 29. I got to worry about that. 50 plus adults do not feel technology today is designed with their age in mind. Prefer someone they know show them how to use technology. So just play with until you get it to work, so on and so forth. But anyway, this is information you can go through because I know you're all 50 plus, and it's sort of information just to know what the trends are. So I don't want to spend too much time on that. The next one is tech trends. The ultimate internet safety guide for seniors in 2024. So, the Ultimate Internet Safety Guide for Seniors. This was put out February 1st, 2024. Viruses and malware, phishing, so on. But they get down here, what are the most common online threats affecting seniors? Malware, data breaches, scams, identity theft. How to best protect yourself. Download a good antivirus program. I'm comfortable with the Microsoft one, but there are other ones that are free or you can pay for. A lot of people like Norton, but you pay quite a bit for it. Always go to the source. Hackers use descriptive pop-up windows, emails, text messages, so on, to try to get you to click on things. Do not do that. Only go to secure websites. HTTPS is a secure website. Avoid pirate sites. Music, movies, TV. Be careful where you click on. Use a variety of passwords. Don't use the same password for everything. And they mention here their favorite is 1Password, and that's also what I use. I think I pay $35 a year for it, but it remembers every single password I have, and I have all of these different sites, and it remembers all the passwords for these sites. And all I got to do is remember 1Password to get into here when I turn on my computer, and I don't ever have to look up another password. If you change a password from something, it will update it here for you. So remember that 1Password, keep it safe, and then all the others are covered and you don't have to worry about. So it's called 1Password. It's about $30, $35 a year, but for me, it's well worth it. Keep your system updated. I just mentioned Microsoft updates. The other thing is Patch My PC updates. I got Patch My PC here, and it's doing a check right now. And you notice I have all of these on my computer. They are all in green, which means they're all up to date, because I run this normally once a day to make sure. There are some updates, I think today coming out for CCleaner, so I'll probably see that go red later today, and then I'll get those updates. But there's hundreds and hundreds of different programs here that you can go through if you want them. I'm just going to say KeyPass here. If I click on this, it will say install one, and all I got to do is perform it, but I don't want it, so I'm going to unclick it. But you don't have to go look for these. They're all here. All you got to do is click on them, and you can install them. They are verified. They are safe. Sometimes you got to be careful of bundleware. I mean, you download one, and there's a message saying, do you want this one too? And you don't want to, you want to say no. But that's Patch My PC. It's free. You get it from Major Geeks, where I normally get most of my stuff. So keep your system up to date, not only the operating system, but other third-party programs. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Computer running slowly, weird email, incredible cheap things. Make sure you have a trusted family or friend to speak with to ask for help. That would be me. You can also send me a new car if you want to. Hotspots, online scams. So romance scams, lottery scams, tech support scams, grandchild scams, government impersonation scams. You'll get these scams coming up. They'll want you to click on them. Don't do it. Most of the time, online scammers will be very insistent and demanding that you act quickly, whether it's giving them access to your device, giving them your personal information, or sending them money. Don't act quickly. Don't think on links don't click on links and don't download anything that you're not comfortable with. Go to the source. Google, so on. Charities will pop up. Give me money, lotteries. Ask yourself a clarifying question. Ask yourself, why would a tech support person need you to download a file? How did you win a sweepstakes that you never entered? Use Google. Most scammers aren't very creative. They're good. There's a good chance the scam being run on you has been used before. So look up on, well, they say Google it. My internet that I use Microsoft Edge. I'm very comfortable with it. I trust it. But even in Microsoft Edge, I Google things. Phishing, get an email, do this, do that. Most people get viruses by clicking on bad email that they get and causing problems. The first major phishing attack occurred in 1996 when a hacker program called AOL was released, and so on and so forth. Smishing attacks trick you into clicking unsafe links. How to respond to identity theft. Don't give your information online. If you get something from your bank, do not click on it. Go to your bank directly. Or if you get something from someplace other that you know isn't correct, go to that website, your bank, your credit union, whatever it is, your medical. Norton LifeLock identity theft program, all kinds of things. Data breaches, and the medical units out there are being breached all the time. There are people being breached. I have received things from 3 different companies, one of them being I have sleep apnea and I use a CPAP, and they were breached, and they sent me paperwork to say, okay, you can go monitor your credit for free, this and that, just to be on the safe side. So if you get breached, be careful. And breaches will normally come via an email that makes you think, oh, well, this is from somebody reliable. It might not be. I guess she's not here right now, but Pat Reese, when she calls me on the phone, the thing says private. It doesn't say Pat Reese. It says private all the time. And if it's private, I know it's her, so I'll answer it. But I do not answer my phone if I don't know who it is. They leave a message or whatever, I'm not going to pick up the phone from somebody I do not know, recognize, or a number I don't recognize. Use unique passwords. Again, the one I told you about here, 1Password, they will make you very unique passwords for all kinds of things. And they're very long, unique passwords. But passwords need to be at least 8 to 10 characters. They have to have numbers, special characters, letters, capital letters. So be careful. Check your passwords regularly. Did somebody say something? Oh, okay. Says use your breach monitoring tool. Norton, I think, has one, different packages, Dashline. I don't use them, but again, I feel very comfortable by being safe and knowing not to click on things, so on and so forth.
The bulbs we can move. Yeah. No.
Oh. Albert's talking. How to keep your passwords and online accounts secure. Well, again, password security. 1Password is an example. There are other ones, and some are free. I just have read up on, and I'm willing to pay $30 a year for 1Password because it's a wonderful site and does a wonderful job. How to use email safely. Again, don't click on something you don't understand. If you go to your bank, use two-factor authentication, or any major site that allows use two-factor authentication. And they call it 2FA here, two-factor authentication. And I have Navy Credit Union, Kitsap Credit Union, and City Card that all have very secure two-factor verification. Normally what I do is they send me a text on my cell phone with a code that I can put in to log into the site as a second factor. Staying safe online, the profile picture. If there is a picture that looks unique and confirms your identity, or are they using what looks like a random photo picture? So you go to somebody's site, is it unique or is it some photo picture? Personal details, check out how much information they provide about themselves, followers and friends, mutual friends. In other words, be careful. How to use online banking and online shopping. Again, I order stuff from Amazon, stuff like that, and I'm very careful. How to stay safe with online banking, two-factor verification, change your password every once in a while. And again, with 1Password, you can go in and say, change my password, and they'll give you a 15-character password that nobody would ever be able to replicate. And 1Password does that for you, and you can change it. How to stay safe when shopping online. Don't click on ads. Use an online payment company account. And I pay almost all of my bills through my Kitsap Navy Credit Union. And so my phone bill, my electric bill, all of those, I have automatically payment through my credit union, and I go to the credit union and change how much I pay every month, and they send it automatically. Stick with trusted brands instead of shopping for an unknown website for a good deal. Be careful. How to protect your privacy online. Don't go up and say, oh, I'm going on a 6-week vacation on a cruise. Nobody's going to be at my house. I don't have any security system. Just if you're going to put something on your Facebook or something, do it after you get back from your cruise. And I do have a very secure home safety system, which is Ring, which I installed 98% of it myself. And I did have help for one little thing from a guy I trust. How to prevent malware. Some of the most common malware: viruses, Trojans, spyware, adware, ransomware, toolkit. Now, ransomware, that can be very, very scary. If you don't back up, somebody can put ransomware on your computer and take control, and unless you pay, you won't get your information back. I personally back up my computer, so if they were to get some ransomware, I'm not going to pay. I'll just reinstall my backup. So I'll lose a day or two here or there. Rootkits, crypto jackers, so on. How to stay safe with your smartphone and tablet. You also have to stay safe there. I personally don't log into my banking or anything on my phone. I do it through my computer. And they want you to put everything on your phone nowadays. I have a home line that I still have. And I send most of the stuff through to call me on my home line, but I give my cell phone to some people, but I don't get a lot of calls on my cell phone. Mobile malware. Apple iOS products can't get most traditional malware files, but Apple can be hacked. Privacy invades apps and so on, public Wi-Fi networks. If you go to Starbucks and sit there and drink your coffee for 3 hours, don't go to your bank through their network Wi-Fi. Smishing. Smishing is a type of phishing attacks that targets SMS users, is better known for text messaging, SMS. These seemingly urgent messages will try to induce users to click on a link by threatening victims with legal action or so on and so forth. Most phishing messages will be pretty easy to figure out, so be careful, stay safe. Real-time malware protection, app privacy detection, Wi-Fi monitoring. Oh, if you get a new Wi-Fi system and they give you a modem, make sure you change the password on your modem because the one the company puts on is theirs, but you need to change it for yourself. You can use a VPN. If you're traveling, a VPN would be good, but if you use it normally on your home, it slows down things because it takes a little bit a while to use. Bottom line, download an antivirus program. And again, they mentioned Norton here. Don't click on pop-ups or suspicious looking links. You'll get a pop-up on your computer saying you've been hacked, click here. Don't do it. Turn your computer off. Normally that will stop it. Get a good password manager. And again, they recommend 1Password. Make sure you regularly update your system, which I do. I put the Microsoft updates on as soon as I get them. And I do check patch my PC because it updates third-party programs. And again, I mentioned this, they're like Band-Aids. They update things that people have gotten into so that they protect you. Ask a tech-savvy person. Yay, that's me. Feel free to send me an email, whatever, or buy me a new car. Use common sense and be critical. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Again, you can download a VPN, but the only time I would use a VPN would be if I'm traveling or something, put it on my computer to be safe. Common sense, yes. Most things get put on your computer because you click on something that allows it to be put on. So be very careful. Privacy online, yeah, be careful. So anyway, this was a guide that I thought was very beneficial. It's got a lot of information. I don't want to overload you, but it is important to stay up to date with things, and I like to do that and keep you up to date. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about Microsoft Word, Microsoft Word tables, Microsoft Excel, and email dictation.
Question.
Yes.
Larry, you used to always stress only one virus protection. Is that still so important? I mean, I too use the one that comes with Microsoft. But I don't know, I had a funny little thing happen the other day that made me wonder if I maybe shouldn't have another thing, like one of those free ones.
Okay.
AVG or whatever.
You can't have two active antivirus programs on your computer at the same time.
Okay, that's still the case, huh?
But as a secondary, I use Malwarebytes anti-malware, the free version. And if I ever think something's wrong, I run that. It doesn't run automatically. It doesn't sit there constantly, but it's double check to make sure that you don't have anything. So I have this little folder here called Weekly Clean. And in here, I have most of the things I use, but I have Malwarebytes anti-malware. And when you download it, it is a free trial, but you can change that free trial to free. And after a month, they won't cut you off and say pay for it. Let me bring this up real quick. But I run this probably twice a week, or if I'm suspicious, I'll run it right then. But it's an excellent program. Right here, of course, they want you to buy the free version, but mine says free. And if you go to this gear here, you go to account, it says activate subscription, no. What you do is you activate the free part. So you don't activate the subscription, you do this free license, and then you can use it forever, and it updates with Patch My PC. So that's my secondary. Questions on that? But you can't have two active antivirus programs running at the same time because they'll punch each other and beat each other up.
Yeah, I remember that very well. I just
Yeah, and you're the loser there. Okay. All right. Any more questions before we go on to this? Now, I'm going to talk about some things. You don't have to do them. You don't have to buy them. But I have specifically purchased Office 365. You have to pay once a year, and it's $100 or $99. And I'm going to go through some of those. But the reason I do that is because you have 7 programs or 8 programs that are all the latest up-to-date programs, Word, Excel, everything. They're the latest up-to-date stuff as they put it out, and you learn to use it. So I'm going to go through a couple of websites here first. Windows Help in Learning. So if you go to Microsoft, you go here, you can see there's different things here, but here's Office 365. You can find out about it. Here's other Office information stuff that you can go to. I just wanted to show you that that site is there, but there's other ones I'm going to go through a little deeper here. And here's it says how to get Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint for free. That doesn't always work for free, but you can save $100 a year with these tips. Get Microsoft Office 365 education free if you're a student or teacher. If you're going to a college or something like that. How to get Microsoft Office free suite free if you're anyone else. You can get a 1-month free trial of Office 365. However, it does require you to enter credit card. So after a 1 month, they'll start charging you. So what's the catch with the free version? Again, you can only do it for free for 1 month. Get yourself Microsoft Office on Mac or Windows for as little as $30. Most of these I would not do, but I just wanted to mention them. Just pay $30 for this lifetime license to Microsoft Visual Pro. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you there are things out there where you could do a 30-day free trial, so on and so forth. I'm not recommending it, but I wanted to mention it. Compare all Microsoft 365 plans. So the one I get is the best value is for 2 to 6 people. I pay $99 or $100 a year for 1 to 6 people. So I can share this one that I pay for with 6 other people. I could give it to my daughter. I could give it to a friend. And as long as I pay that amount, they can use it forever. Or I will say, hey, Carol, you got to pay me $20 for your 1/6 of this every year, or whoever you are, and then I don't have to pay the 99. But for me, it's well worth it because I use it all the time. Yes.
Larry, is it instead of 6 people, you can use it on, like 3 different machines in your own home, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
So
Besides the people, you can put it on 3 machines in your own home and you don't have to worry about it.
yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So there is a personal 365 for $70 a year for one person, sign into 5 devices at once. So you can have 5 computers at home and pay the $70 a year.
Oh,
Uh, but I recommended maybe at a meeting that we get this Family 365 and share it amongst the board members of KCS. So when they're on the board, they'll be able to use it. Then they'd have to give up when they leave the board.
that's a good idea.
But to me, I'm more than willing to pay that amount for what I get from it. And I'm going to go through some of that stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to show you different plans, so on and so forth. By the way, I'm monitoring my outside here to make sure this is my ring thing that keeps coming up. Best way to learn Microsoft Office. If you want to learn how to use, and this applies to almost any version. They want me to accept it. That's okay. I trusted. I went to this site. So best way to learn Microsoft Office for free, F-R-E-E, free. Find the latest Microsoft Office courses. Best websites to learn Office. Microsoft Office 365 Training Center. Here's another place. But one of the places I highly recommend is GCF Global, which I showed you earlier. And they have Office, Word, Excel. Yeah, allow cookies of different versions. And you can get training on all of these for free at that website. And there's other ones here. Bigger Brain, so on. I'm not going to go through all of them, but they all offer free courses on how to use these programs. Microsoft Word Help and Support. Here's another place. What is Microsoft Word? Tips, Microsoft Word keyboard shortcuts, Microsoft company and contract information, top Microsoft Word questions and answers, other Microsoft Word questions and answers. So there's all kinds of things you can learn from these websites. And again, I'm not going to go through every single one because they're Microsoft Word training for beginners. You go to this Google website, you can go to sites here and learn training and go to Word and get training for free. There's videos, there's all kinds of things. But I'm going to start into it here shortly and show you some more. Microsoft Excel training for beginners. Excel 101, create worksheets and charts. So here's another online thing that you can go through and get information on it. And I got a bunch of other things. GCF Global, you can go for tutorials on how to do photo editing, how to do Word and image editing, how to do Excel, Word, so on and so forth. So mainly this is what it is, but now I'm going to start talking about examples of Word programs that I use and Excel that are part of the 365 program, or you can even get they've got a one you can buy for like $150. That's Office 2021, I think it is, which has Word, Excel, but you buy that once and then you use it. It doesn't get the latest updates. So let me go here, and I've got a folder here, and in it I have various things. Let me show you. Just for your info, this is the form that KCS uses that sends out every month for all the money we spend in different categories. And what I want to do is show you something here unique. Let me find the right, formulas. Okay. Show formulas. So this is what you see. This is what I send out. But behind the scenes, I'm going to show you what's really behind each one of these things that automatically does calculations. Okay. And I did not design this, but I have maintained it and updated since Don Lawrence did it years and years ago. So show formulas. Whoa. Look at this. These are all formulas in behind these things. So projections, years, these are summing the various things here. And when you put something in, it will sum them for you automatically. And so I update that working with Carol every month to put information in. This is one from last year, so this is an older one. But it's amazing all these formulas that are behind here, and they're not necessarily easy formulas, but there is learning that you can learn how to do formulas. So I'm going to hide formulas again, and gee, this is what it looks like when you're not showing the formulas. You just put you put something in, like I'll put a bunch of 5s here, and all of a sudden it adds it up for me. I'll go down here and put some 5s, and notice down here it's going to go from 65 to 620. And it also updates going across. So it's a complicated form, but that's mainly where I learned a lot of my Excel from. And I use Excel off and on, but not a lot. And I'm going to explain why here in a little bit. But okay, come on. So this was something that I did in Excel, and I'm going to come back to it later because I want to do other things. Here are blank Word tables. I use Word, and Word will do almost everything Excel will do. So just for your info, if you want, I will send you. These are blank Excel, blank tables I put in Word documents. And I put in all different sizes and shapes. And I can send this to you, and you can start using it if you want to just start with tables. It's just a Word document that has tables. This is one that I could also send you. Now, I use tables for almost everything I do on a daily basis. For example, my city card, my Navy, my Kitsap Credit Union, and cash. I put stuff in here on a regular basis of what I spend to keep track of everything. So this was for February 2023. So it's very outdated, but I pay for a radio in my car so I can get music. I pay Amazon for different things. Here's 1Password. Here's gas. Every time I put gas in my car, I have a place down here. WG is Walgreens. Here's my monthly trash, gas, Puget Sound Energy, water, and Comcast, and how much I pay on a regular basis. And I just fill this in as I use my things. I very seldom anymore ever write a check. Here's another thing, and I'll send this to you. These I use for appointments. So here is, I put the day, date, time. Is it Sarah or Larry? I put M for medical. And over here, I write what it is that I have an appointment for. And every time I get an appointment, even months down the line, I will go here and write it in so I don't forget. So anytime I want to write something in here, let's say there's something coming up in March, and it's March 16th. What I'll do is click right here, right click, insert, row above. I will then go over here and write 16, because this is, I'm doing it for the 16th. Let's say it's Larry. I'll put an L, or Sarah, whichever one of us has the appointment or whatever. And let's say oil change. And then what I'll do is I'll go to my calendar and look up what day the 16th is, which I have right down here in the lower right-hand part. And we're talking about April 16th is a Tuesday. So I'll put TU here. And whatever information goes along with that, I put in there. And here's Malwarebytes, want me to buy now. And I'm not going to. That popped up when I opened Malwarebytes. But I have every month of the year put in here. And I know ahead of time I got to pay for my auto insurance in November, my house insurance in November. And then these are completed things that I complete in what I completed in 2022, 2023, change the refrigerator filter coming up in December. But that's what I use for all my appointments and notes and everything like that. I will send you this whole thing just the way it is if you want it. Now, here I write all my doctors' names, whoever they are, cardiac or physical, the phone number, the name of their office, and their address. So I have all that information immediately available to me when I want to look up something. Weekly retirement fund finances. We have IRAs, stuff like that. And we have some investments of Comcast, AT&T, Verizon, and Walgreens. And we get so much every 3 months for those investments. End of month, I put in how much I got from my Navy VA, my Navy, my Social Security, Sarah's Social Security, how much I paid the guy that comes and does my lawn, and then my interest on checking, savings in Kitsap and Navy Credit Union. That's just what I do. It's easy, it's quick. Here's bill pay. I write down each by month how much I normally pay. And then when I get my statement, I'll write how many CFF therms and charge and how much I owe. Temperature, kilowatt hours, I'll fill that in real quick because it's right on the statement. And then if I have to change how much I pay, I change it here. And then I go to the bank and change it there because it's an automatic once a month payment. Gasoline, as I buy gas, I have 2 cars. So on 2/4 of last year, I had 1,500 miles on my wife's Subaru that she won't let me drive now because I have this one to drive. How much it cost, what the gallons were, so on and so forth. How much I paid per gallon. I just keep things because they're easy to fill in once you get started. Quicken, I use Quicken and I update Quicken. And when I update it on a particular day, which I normally do maybe once a month or once a month and a half, I'll just put what I had in Navy, so on and so forth. Amazon, I buy things from Amazon. I keep a list here. I bought sheets, hats, and gloves. And the total was $160.44. Down here, I have a thing for remember. You old people don't remember anymore. because you're old and decrepit. So what you can do down here is put how to remember things. What do I need to remember? What's coming up? Dates, other than what I keep in my calendar list up there. Here's my auto insurance. I just fill that in. And now this is a form that I will move up for March when I'm done with February, and I just keep those forms and I can look back at them. So I put a calendar in here, so on. But anyway, I can send you this whole thing and you can use it the way you want. If you're interested, let me know when you send me an email. And you can add your own things, and I'm going to show you how to do that here shortly.
Question, Larry.
Yes.
How much time a day do you spend on updating this stuff?
Typically not very much at all. You can just take a piece of paper, write the updates on there, and then go there every 2 or 3 days and put them on there. I mean, I buy gas every 15 days or something, this or that, or if a new appointment comes up. It doesn't always happen, but I don't spend a lot of time doing that.
Do you go in every morning when you get up and check and see what you have to do that day, or?
Absolutely. I go in there every morning when I get up to say, what is on my calendar for today? And the way it was listed for today on my calendar was training old people. So anyway, that's just how I do things. Not everybody has to do things like that.
Larry, do you keep all these things in one folder, or are they spread around your computer?
No, that table I have a shortcut to right up here on my desktop, and all I do is click it to open it up.
To open one of them or the whole?
Well, this one document, everything that I just showed you was in one document.
Oh, okay.
It's all there.
Uh-huh.
So like I say, when I open, I call it Larry's Tables here, but you can call it whatever you want.
Uh-huh.
Up here, I call it 2024 Master Files. But when I open that one document, all those things are right here. Any more questions on that? Okay, I have here, just if you want, ask Leo. If you request it, I have a document here of the latest things. Leo is very good at teaching things. Why I don't believe in conspiracies. Can I get malware from opening an email? How to keep Windows running smoothly with routine maintenance. He speaks about this. These are videos. If you want to watch them, you click on them. And I'll do that real quick here. I'm not going to go through because some of them are 15, 20 minutes long. But let me click here.
Can I get malware from opening an email? Go ahead, open that email, as long as that's the only thing you do. I'm Leo Notenboom, and this is AskLeo.com. If you've ever wondered, and it's a question I get fairly often, whether or not just looking at an email can cause malware to be installed on your system, rest easy. It can't. The good news is that most of the ways that email used to be able to cause a problem, and I'll talk about what those were in a minute, that's generally been taken care of by all the email programs and email interfaces that you might be using to access your email. Opening an email is fine. There are 3 things, though, that you...
Now remember, opening an email is one thing. Clicking on something in an email is something else. Don't get those confused.
You should not do. 1, do not enable images. 2, do not click on any links. And 3, do not open any attachments, at least until you feel safe with that specific message. If it's from someone you know, great. If it's something you're expecting, fantastic. If it's
Okay, that's going to take a while. I don't want to spend all my time on that in particular, but I do want to mention that I have this document and I add to it every month new things. It's got all these different things that you can go through and have his classes and have him speak to you so you get tired and sleep well at night, so on and so forth. But there's all kinds of things here. What encryption software do you recommend? What do I do about Windows File Explorer crashing? In other words, there's all kinds of things. Up here at the top, you can actually go to his website and get that information in this document also. So I wanted to explain that. And again, I have a second separate document I'll send you if you want that to go through. Okay, let me get back to this is a document, Word document that I just made up and put a lot of things in that I want to go over how to do things. And interestingly, tables in Word they can do all kinds of formulas and tables in Word, very similar to what you can do in Excel. Here comes a train, watch out. So Word does a lot, and I used to be a computer programmer, and I used Microsoft Access to program with at the time, working for a company. But now I don't do that. But I find Word has changed so much that I can put tables, I can put anything in Word. Now, let me start here. And I'm going to click up here where it says dictate. Okay. And when I say dictate, as I speak, it's going to write in here for me. This is a test of Microsoft Dictate. Period. New line. I am teaching an open forum class to seniors. Period. New line. Some of these seniors are very old. Period. So I just did that in Word. And all I had to do was open Word, go up here under dictate, and start talking. And it did a very excellent job. Now, it's not 100% perfect, but it's probably 95, 98% perfect. Now, thinking about that.
Question, Larry, where did you get the dictate?
Well, it depends what version of Word you have now. Remember, I have Office 365, and it's right up here at the top on the main line of Word. Find, replace, dictate, edit. You might not have it on yours depending on if you have 365 or not.
I don't have 365,
Okay.
but I think it's in Word, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There is other things in Word. There's what was that program Marianne mentioned? Lily Soft or something like that. That will also work for here. I'm just showing you what I have at this point. And I'm not trying to get you to buy Word, but there are advantages to it. But there are other ways of doing it, and I can cover those next time because I want to do this more. Now, next to this dictate is edit. If I've got something here and I click edit, it will give me a score on this whole document on how I did. It says spelling. Uh-oh, something's wrong with spelling. I'm going to click that. Well, gee, here, I got a table with a bunch of O's in it. Yeah, that's bad spelling because it doesn't recognize it. But this editor is going through and clarity. Here's another one, clarity. The class is taught on the second Wednesday. I don't know why that is highlighted. Let's see what it says. Saying who or what did the action would be clear. Okay, I could do that, but it's given me an option here. Very old, it's got a problem with that. Incredibly old, that's much better. Excuse me. But sorry. There are these things under editor that fixes things, tells you where there's problem. Here's one for vocabulary. Again, very old. It wants me to use incredibly old. So that's the editor. But there's all kinds of things up here that is fantastic if you use it a lot. It's worth it. If you can find 5 other friends that you want to share this with, you get it and have them pay you $20 a month, and all you got to do is pay $20 a month for Office 365. But there's advantages to just using Word or a newer Word. Excuse me. Down here, I have tables. Gee, let's see. How do I put a table in Word? Remember, I showed you that document I have with all kinds of tables in it. Well, you go up here to Insert. Here's Table. You click on it. You can either go down here and do a whatever this is, or I can click Insert a Table, and it will say how many rows. And I'm going to change it to 10 rows, 5 columns, and I'm going to click Auto Fit Contents. Click. Now notice they're all over here. They're very small because they auto fit. If nothing's in the thing, row or column, then it will be very small. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to go up here to Home and I'm going to say, put it in the middle. Ooh, now it's in the middle. Now let's say I start typing 21, 45, 66, 99. So as soon as I start typing in it, it gets fitted to the size of what's there. Now, some of the things you can do, for example, right here, I have 4 numbers in a row. If I want to add those and give me the total, I go to Layout, and here's the thing that says Formula. Now watch, I'm going to click Formula, and it says Sum Above. Okay. Ooh, I just put the sum of what was above right there, 240. Do it again with the 240 there. Click. Sum above. Oh, 480. Now let me 9977. Now I'm going to click sum, the same formula, and it's going to say sum left. Now watch. What do you think I'm going to get? I'm only going to get 999.
Down signs.
Why? Because there's no number here in this column. If I put a 0 there and I click sum left, it will sum it for me. But you have to have at least a 0 in there. It can't be blank. So all these things are done, adding a table, putting things in them, everything like that. You can change the number. Well, let's say here I want to add another column or row. So I'm going to hit right click. Come on. . All right, why aren't you? Okay, so right here, up here it says, what do I want to insert? Insert below a row. Boom, I just entered a bunch of rows. Insert to the right, a column. I add columns. So you can add all these things, rows, right, left, columns. They're all tables. So again, you can make a table. You can do all kinds of things with it. Now, also what I like to do is I like to change how the table looks. So I'm going to go down here to table properties, and I'm going to say border. I want a box, and I want, let's make it real heavy, 3-point. Okay. Okay. So now look at, it just made the box bigger. Now, if I'm going to right click here again, table properties, I want all, not just a box. I want them all big. Okay. Okay. Now they have that heavier line all around them. You can make it however you want. Let's say I want this column to be red. Oh, I just highlighted the column, went here and clicked on this particular thing, which is called shading, and it made it red. Let's say I want this one to be green. Green. I can do whatever color, whatever I want. This is all in Microsoft Word. And most of this doesn't just apply to Office 365. This applies to all Word programs. And like I say, I like coloring things around the side, so on and so forth. Adding things, dictating. Now, I wanted to show you one more thing here. Let me go to, this is my email program. And it's part of Office 365. And I'm going to click New Email. And here it comes up. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to click Dictate. Hi, this is a test email that I'm going to send to my Open Forum class. Period. Stop listening. So I just told it to turn it off. But see, it made one mistake here. I'm gonna. Should have been going to. And I can fix that quickly. But I can do this with email. I can dictate and write a whole email just by talking. And it's easy if you got to do a lot of things like that. But again, don't save. And in my email program, I have 8 different email addresses. And this particular Outlook 365 program, I have lad@comcast.net. I have li5678@live.com, which is the one I gave you guys. I have lad ssg75mail. So that's my initials, my wife's initials, and these are the ones that I get my bills and so on sent to. I have lad 2017. I have lad gm5678. I have lad 2021. I have dal at Comcast. Anyways, I got 8 different programs here that all my email go to, and I don't have to open different programs. I just open this one program and everything is there. Just things to think about. I'm trying to think what else I had on my list to talk about. Let me go back and look at my list here. Excel, Windows, Excel. Well, also, by the way, this document I'm showing you is a sum of all the classes I've done over the last year and a half, and there's 31 pages. Again, if you want any one of these, send me an email and I will send those to you, li5678@live.com. Oh, here's the other thing I wanted to show you. And most email programs, not even 365, will do this. If I go to File, I go to Export. It says, ooh, look at Export a PDF. Click that. And on my desktop, it's going to publish that PDF. And it opens it. Well, it went to OneDrive, but oh well. It'll show up here in a minute. Where did it go? Okay, that wasn't good. Let's try this one. File, export. Oh, here's the one I just did. It just took a minute to show up because there's a lot going on. So here's the PDF that I just made from that Word program. And that's something that you all can read, even if you don't have Word. So we're getting down here towards the end. I'm going to ask anybody, first of all, I like to cover different things. I'm willing to cover anything I can teach. If you want to know it, give me info on what you want covered, like how to take care of your cat or dog, Albert. Is that your cat or dog? Oh, he's a cutie. I don't want to see you down at Lions Field with your animal because I know you don't live here anyway, but every time I see somebody with a dog down at the field, I go by and say, you know, it's funny how those animals are always the cutest member of the family.
No, this is a 1-year-old pug that I have. She's a cuddler.
Okay, so again, I'm here. I want to cover things that you want to have. Marianne did send out, let's see, I think I put it in here if I'm not mistaken. Marianne asked people to give feedback right here on things that people wanted to learn. And the number one thing way out here is work with pictures. That's this long green one. The other one is computer security. I cover that pretty well. The cloud, I can cover. Spreadsheets. Again, spreadsheets or Excel. I can do almost everything in Word with a table that you can do in Excel. And to me, it's easier. But I can also have that complicated Excel program that Carol makes me keep up every month. And
There she is.
she gets mad at me if I don't. So search for things on the internet. You can cover any one of these.
I'm just looking all over for her.
You're right in camera.
And
Let's go. Come on.
so
Yeah, we can.
I would like information, feedback, anything you want. Please send me an email. I'm going to stop sharing here. And you guys are all recorded. I didn't have a very big class today. So, of course, at the KCS meeting on Monday, we didn't have very many people either. So I guess everybody's wore out from the Chiefs at the Super Bowl. Oh, you have two pugs, huh? I can see behind you, Albert, there's two of them.
We have three, a 12-year-old, a 14-month-old, and a 1-year-old.
Oh, wow. So you don't feel lonely. You're not all by yourself. That's good.
No,
Okay, so please send me info, what you want covered. I will cover almost anything I'm capable of. Or if you want copies of this information, send me a detailed email. I want copies of everything, or I just want copies of the lesson plan or whatever you want. And I will take care of that and get it out to you the next couple of days. This will end up on the website under YouTube, where you can see the whole class and everything I've covered. Any friend that you have that's not a KCS member that wants to join in on these, feel welcome. Tell them, send them the email you get, and I'll be glad to include them in the class. They don't even have to pay the $20. So, questions?
Do we pay the $20?
What's that?
Do we all, except for me, pay $20?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I just mailed mine in yesterday, so you ought to be getting it.
Okay. All right. Carol will be happy. We had a meeting here the other day, a board meeting or a meeting on all of her documentation for being the treasurer. And there was one item that she had listed that she didn't have a receipt for. And we started picking on her, and we accused her of going out to a bar on Saturday night and spending our money. But she did finally find it the day after we had the meeting. So anyway, I'm going to end the class there. Feel free, tell me what you want covered. I'll be glad to cover anything I know. I'm a lot younger than you guys. I'm going to be 29, and I know you guys are incredibly old. That was a word that I needed to do. Okay. All right. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.